possible. Born and raised in Houston, Texas, I attended high school in Houston's Forest School District, which rarely saw its students go off to college at Division I schools. I knew early on that if I were to attend college, that I would have to pay for it myself. Fortunately, I got involved in sports and I excelled at running track. And ultimately, my high school track achievements caught the attention of the head track coach here at the University of Texas. I was offered a full scholarship to come to the 40 acres as a student athlete. I will never forget signing day. It's usually a day that's full of anticipation and excitement, but my signing day was met with grumbles. I was a poor kid from Northeast Houston, going to make it at such a huge university when the odds were stacked against me. To add a cherry on top of the sundae, the University of Texas had one of the best nursing school programs in the United States, which was exactly what I wanted to major in. I arrived on campus in the fall of 2002, bright-eyed and ready for the big school challenge, only to be met with my first obstacle. Upon announcing my decision to major in nursing, I was informed that no student athlete had ever been able to successfully complete the program while competing in a sport. And as a student athlete, I had essentially signed up to do both. Seriously, the first time I ever saw the periodic table of elements was in my freshman chemistry class. That's when the imposter showed up. She decided it was time to make history, and so it was. I will never forget the experience. My very first day of nursing school, my clinical instructor walked into the room and said, "Today is the first day of the rest of your life. You walk in here, Tommy Sue from wherever land, and you will walk out of here a nurse." I felt so much pride that day. It was as if our UT student athlete motto, "The pride and winning tradition of the Texas Longhorns would not be entrusted to the weak nor the timid." It had crossed over into my other life, my academic life. And boy, let me tell you, that was exciting. I graduated in December 2007 and I walked across the stage thinking, whoo, I'm not sure how I managed to do that, but thank God I did, and I'm done. And as we filed out of the auditorium, one of my clinical instructors came up to me. She told me how she was proud and decided to tell me all about my future. She mentioned that I would be a great educator someday. I laughed to myself and I thought, she must have me confused with someone else. There is no way I'm ever going back to school. And so my career as a nurse officially began. I worked several jobs, including emergency, cardiac surgery, and home health. And about 3 years into my career, I received a message from the educator on my unit asking if I would agree to precept a UT nursing capstone student. Naturally, I agreed. The experience was exhilarating. In fact, it was so thrilling that it caused me to pick up my phone and call my old friend and mentor. "It's time," she said. And so I submitted my application, obtained my master's degree in 2014, walking across this very stage. I remember thinking, whew, I'm not sure how I managed to do that, but I did, and thank God I'm done. It sounds familiar, huh? I came back to my alma mater in fall 2016 and became clinical faculty. I was living my best life, or so I thought. One day, one of my professional mentors called me into her office, and she's going on and on. She's encouraging me, and she's telling me how I'm destined to do great things. She decided that she was going to tell me all about my future. She thinks I'm going to go back to school and obtain my doctorate degree. Who, me? I chuckled a bit. I was done with school. I had accomplished everything I set out to accomplish and then some. I never would have imagined that little LaTashia from Northeast Houston would have graduated from the University of Texas at Austin while being a part of 2 national championship winning track and field teams. Came back to school and obtained a master's while starting a nonprofit advocating for colorectal cancer. And had a successful career in nursing where I had recently been promoted to house supervisor and was just getting comfortable in my faculty. Where I'm from, they didn't really do doctorates. But then guess who showed up? That's right, the impossible. But this time it was different. I had drank the burnt orange Kool-Aid. In fact, I had been around long enough to have the burnt orange tea and the soda pop as well. I started to really believe what we all know is true, that what starts here changes the world. And the impossible was now just along for the ride. I came to the University of Texas, as I'm sure many of you did, with ambition, with pride, and a sparkle in my eye. And we're leaving here empowered and prepared. We are leaving with a village that consists of family, friends, professors, mentors, and relationships that we couldn't have made this journey without. We are leaving here with magic. In the words of a very loved and esteemed nurse and UT School of Nursing alum who spoke in one of our doctoral leadership classes, there is magic inside each and every one of us. We just have to decide to use our magic wand. 5 things I learned at UT and would like to encourage you all with today. Number 1, life is all about relationships. The rest is just details. So be intentional and kind. Number 2, find what you love and do that. Number 3, some things shouldn't be said out loud, but it's okay and natural to think them. Number 4, you can have high expectations of people, hold them accountable, and still show compassion. And finally, we wouldn't be who we are today without the love, prayers, and encouragement from the special people in our life that support us. We all have people in our lives that have helped us along the way. Be sure to thank them and let them know how appreciated they are. And now, as I prepare to walk across this stage for the 3rd and final time, I leave with you what I took away from my time here on the track team because it has been so beneficial to my success. For every major accomplishment you dare to achieve, believe it, speak it, do it. Florence Griffith Joyner, the fastest woman of all time, once said, "I believe in the impossible because no one else does, which makes the impossible easier to achieve." I said, believe it, speak it, do it. Christopher Reeve, who many know as the DC comic superhero, Superman, once said, "So many of our dreams first seem impossible, then they seem improbable, and then when we summon the will, they soon become inevitable." Again, I say, believe it, speak it, do it. Now, some of you may ask, how do I achieve the impossible? And for starters, I would say, we have to drop the imposter syndrome. You know, that little nagging voice that likes to remind you that you aren't smart enough or skilled enough. The voice that tries to make you feel like you do not belong here. We challenge that imposter by believing. Then I would tell you to believe in your dreams. I have a dream. For example, my dreams include that my daughter will watch me become the first person in our family to obtain a doctorate degree. My husband will find peace in his mother's passing from colon cancer by the lives we save through the initiatives our nonprofit pursues. I'll be a great educator. What about you? What dreams do you have? What motivates you? Next, speak your dreams into existence. Say it out loud. Write it on a Post-it and place it in an area that you pass often. Remind yourself repeatedly. Again, for me, I will become Dr. LaTashia Kiel. I will constantly pursue excellence in my role as an educator. I will open a cancer survivorship and wellness clinic to save lives. What are you speaking to yourself? How are you diminishing the imposter that lives within? Something special, magical happens when you give voice to your dreams. And finally, do what it takes to make it happen. There have been times throughout our programs where we have doubted our ability, but we walked with each other every step of the way. We shared our highs and our lows. We encouraged each other to succeed. We gave feedback that helped make each other better. We have achieved the impossible. It's now time to take what we started and change the world. It's time to unleash all of this magic. What hospital unit will you improve? What leadership opportunity will you step into? What policy will you help change? In the words of my old friend and mentor, it is time. Go make the impossible possible. Congratulations, fellow graduates. Hook 'em.
LaTashia Kiel. Grad Ramos. Will the graduates for the Master's